First question, why am I not wearing a shirt? Well, I'm not wearing a shirt because I'm about to go running, but I decided to grab the camera and give you guys some running and jogging tips. Got my list here. Find a good station or music on your phone or whatever and set it and forget it. Leave it alone, okay? Don't go messing around with it. Set the volume, get that ready to go. You don't want to be fiddling around with your music when you're running. If you're running outside or on a path, try and advise someone where you're going to be. There are a ton of different kinds of headphones out there, so you just need to find one that's going to work for your head, that fits well, or your ears, and one that's not going to fall off. So this is one example. These ones just kind of go and they stay on, they kind of go or wrap around the back, and they're fine if you're bouncing around. They don't really go anywhere. Another style too is the little earbuds, and these ones have the foam on it. So the foam kind, these ones will stay in my ear. I really like using these. These won't bounce out. The ones that do not work and that I can't run with at all are these kind, they're little earbuds, but they have kind of that rubber sort of plastic, and these things will just fall out of your ears. Make sure that you stretch, okay? So, and when I'm talking about stretching, I'm talking about stretching everything. I'm talking about stretching your arms, I'm talking about stretching your neck, I'm talking about stretching your legs, your waist, your abdomen, your back, everything, especially your ankles. Make sure that everything is kind of warmed up. Try not to eat or drink anything too soon before you start running. You could get cramps. Have a good pair of shoes. Don't worry about trying to find the coolest thing. It's really on your foot. Everybody's foot is different. I would suggest going into actual physical store and sit there and try on 3, 4, 5 different pairs of shoes from different brands, because sometimes different brands will make shoes that have a higher arch or a little narrower or wider or something. Get a shoe for what you're running on. So if you're running in dirt, find something that's kind of suited for dirt. If you're running track or if you're running on pavement, some of you may have like a small little clip for all your music, so that's perfect if it's really tiny and little. Another thing is to get something like this that actually you can slide your phone into. So you'll slide your phone into, and then you'll put your headphones up at the top, and this is just going to slide up your arm, and these are all adjustable and Velcro and stuff, and then you can just put it right here, and it stays up there. If you want to put it anywhere on your arm or something, that's fine, but usually right here, like, it's going to stay, and it's real close right up here if you do need to. Well, you shouldn't be messing with your phone, but if you need to, you can spin it around. Just find yourself a holder that you like, that's comfortable, and that's going to stay stable and not be bouncing around. I have this old, cheap, simple watch that I'll wear right on my wrist, and then I can kind of keep track of my time. If you're running outside, for example, you're going to want to take this. If you're running on a treadmill, that'll have a timer on it, so it's no big deal. So usually I like to do anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes of a warm-up. And a warm-up would be starting as a slow walk and slowly building up to like a speed walk before I start jogging. Then you want to get at least 20 minutes of actual jogging or running in, of the actual cardio. And then you're going to also want to do a cool down of a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes or whatever. And same thing, sort of speed walking at first and kind of gradually tapering it off. After you get done running, you're going to also want to stretch some of your muscles a little bit too as well. Alright, so it's not going to be a video without talking about some underwear. I actually have one pair of some old school, as you call, tighty whitey, or tighty blacky in this instance here. Constrictive and tight and holding up. The other thing too is how it's cutting up on the sides here. It's following where your legs are going to be moving here. So a lot of popular stuff for the boxer briefs and everything that go way down here, but what ends up happening for me anyways is those things usually move around, or sometimes they start to ride up. And I'm sure that they have runner shorts and some different things like that, but I'm just saying for me, I always like those just because I like it tight and holding all my goods into place. If you're a woman, get yourself a good, comfortable sports bra. And if you have bigger boobs, then wear actually 2 sports bras if you need to, so that really holds it in place and so they stay comfortable and looking really nice. And for a treadmill, a lot of them have the pulse rates. I don't know how accurate they are, but they could be helpful. And just kind of keep an eye on where your pulse rate's at. So you can look online and find your target heart rate zone and the maximum. Another thing is advise anyone that you talk to on a frequent basis that you're going to be busy or that you're going out. So girlfriend, husband, wife, boyfriend, best friend or whatever, and just say, hey, I'm going for a jog or I'm running on the treadmill. I'm not going to be available for the next 45 minutes because you need to get into your zone and you want to really concentrate, you want to focus, and you want to just be mentally there for running and enjoying it and feeling good about it. So if you have somebody calling you every 5 or 10 minutes or somebody texting you and your phone's beeping and doing these things, you just don't need these distractions. So just give yourself some you time, okay? Time for you. Get in the right mindset. You want to trim up to see your abs. You want to lose some baby weight. You want to drop some weight. You want to feel better. You want to look better. Whatever it is, just get into that mindset and focus and think to yourself, okay, I'm out here, why? Because of these reasons. That hopefully will give you motivation. You actually get a runner's high after you run. So it might be strenuous and tiring and everything else, but after you run, you feel great. You feel amazing. And I'm not talking about immediately after. You need to cool down and give yourself rest, but once you cool down, you feel amazing. Socks. Get yourself some good socks. And when I say good socks, I don't mean expensive. I don't mean any kind of specific material I'm not even talking about. But just find yourself a pair of socks that are comfortable for you and that work well with your shoes. So maybe a thinner sock might be more comfortable, or maybe a thicker sock. A tip for running inside on a treadmill, what I always like to do is I'll still have my music, and then if there's a television, I'll try and find ahead of time a good channel or a movie or something and watch that so I have something visually to look at. Another thing with music is you should have your music level at a safe level for where you're at. Meaning if it's kind of dusk and you're by yourself, you might want to turn it down a little bit just so you can kind of pay attention and know what's going on around you. If you're at the gym and you're on a treadmill, crank it up. If you're running on a street near cars, you probably don't want to have your music very loud. If you're on a trail and it's safe and there's nothing but runners, you can turn it up a little bit more. If I'm running outside, I'm never gonna wear a shirt. Occasionally I will, or in the wintertime if it's cold or something I will. If I'm in the gym, I just have one of these dry fit shirts, and this is tight, and it's just the way that it's supposed to fit. Whatever's comfortable for you to be in. So that's really most important. When you actually finally get done working out, you definitely want to rehydrate yourself and get some fluids coming back into your body. So get on out there and get healthy, and remember that you can always start at any level. You can start at a slow walk if you're overweight right now and you need to start there. No problem in that. Baby steps. You start walking slow, you start walking a little bit faster, eventually after a while you can get yourself into a jog. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, and I'm sure you guys have some great tips as well, so feel free to add some in the box. Be safe and be smart, and I will see you guys later on. I'm going for a run.